Hey guys, what's up? This is Lucy Layla, and today I want to talk to you about the art of lucid dreaming. And what is the art of lucid dreaming? So why am I really passionate about lucid dreaming? It's simply because it taught me a way of thinking about my subconscious, my conscious mind, and it also gave me the ability to get a different perspective of everyday life, to experience everyday life like it's a magical thing, and to truly be in the moment and to truly be perceptive and present. And I apologize in advance if this podcast is going to be really rambly, because I do have strong feelings about what's going on with society and our generation, and that specifically for being present and being mindful. So the biggest thing about lucid dreaming is being in the moment, being mindful, and being aware of your surroundings. So for example, if you start dreaming and you notice that your dad is talking English to you, but then all of a sudden he talks in French, most of the people that don't lucid dream would just go over it and not even notice the change, and then wake up and be like, wow, I guess I didn't really even realize that he was talking French, and that was kind of odd. And you know what, I'm not even surprised, because if you think about how people interact these days, they're completely glued to their smartphones, and they walk around literally with their smartphone in front of their eyes. They don't even pay attention if someone talks to them. A lot of people don't even care to make eye contact if they're having a conversation with someone. They're on Facebook at the same time, and they're Snapchatting selfies, and it's all about how you look on social media, and it's all about staying in touch and always being connected and always being responsive. And I feel a lot of people are even prioritizing remote contacts over text messages over the actual people that are in front of you. And it sounds crazy, and maybe you don't know what I'm talking about and how to draw the connection from these things to lucid dreaming. But lucid dreaming and living a lucid dreaming lifestyle helps me to center myself, to go back to that state, to be more pure and present, and really try to focus on what's going on around me rather than being scatterbrained and prioritizing unimportant things over the real relationships in my life. You would not believe what a difference it makes if someone is truly connected and present in the moment, if they enter the room or if they're giving a presentation and they're actually able to mentally and emotionally grasp the audience and connect with them. That presentation, that person is going to leave such a mark in a company or wherever it is. Everyone's going to remember that person. Everyone's going to have positive things to say about that person. Whereas if you're just one of the ordinary average people who follow all kinds of mainstream trends to try to keep up, going to bed depressed, just checking all your socials and feeling, I don't fit in, and kind of really letting that drown you and just suck the life out of you, and you become that unemotional social media zombie that doesn't even know what their purpose is, and their relationships are kind of dull, and they don't really even have any real friends anymore. Then maybe this is a wake-up call for you. If you feel like that's you, or that was you, or that could be you, try to listen close. Because obviously I'm also definitely, I guess I'm also potentially falling into that trap sometimes, but I'm able to catch myself and I'm able to change it. And that's what really counts, Sometimes I see people at the bus stop and 10 people and everyone's just looking down, and I remember the days where people used to talk. I remember the days where my friends, when I was a kid, they would literally ring the bell and be like, hey, can you come out? You want to play? There was no appointments. There was no flaking out like 5 minutes before. They would just be spontaneous, and people would make commitments, they would keep it, and you would have a face-to-face interaction. It's so rewarding. I mean, hell, do you remember when you had the last real conversation, the last real connection with someone that was really meaningful to you? Isn't that a rewarding feeling, you know? And for me, it's my personal goal to bring that into all kinds of relationship in my life and to be present. I feel it's the best and most important gift that you can give someone is your presence, listening to someone and truly trying to empathize with them, whatever it is that they're sharing with you. Try to see their problems, try to see who they are and connect with that, you know, like it's such a powerful thing. I truly believe that people are connected and there's energies and people sense that stuff and you can pick up on that. And so obviously at the same time I'm getting very, very selective with my friends. I don't just make friends with everybody. People that are negative, people that are just procrastinating, people that are ignorant, I save myself the time and I just cut the people really quick out of my life. But people that have the same kind of drive and inspiration and devotion and passion for something in their life, I want to keep those people in my life. And amazing people like that, you just don't get them just like that. You have to invest in them and you have to show them the respect to be fully present if you meet with them. And that's something that's also going to reflect on your dream life. To draw back the circle, like how is that even related to lucid dreaming? Once you step into your dream and once you become consciously aware, once that happens, I don't know if you know the feeling, but it's like everything illuminates up. It's like before it was a normal dream, once you're conscious, it feels like the colors just brighten 10x or 100x. And then you shout out, clarity now! And it's 10,000x, you know? I once remember I had a lucid dream and I love to do this. Sometimes when the vision gets kind of murky or too dark, I just shout out to the dream, clarity now. And all of a sudden, I don't know, 720p turned into HD and I was like, wow. And then I thought, well, could I even increase that? And I said, clarity now again. And all of a sudden it turned into 4K. I was like, what? And then I thought, well, what's the next level? I don't even know anything above and beyond 4K. 4K already seemed crystal clear and actually more than what I consider my reality, you know, like in the real world. So I shouted out, clarity now again. And all of a sudden, everything was so crystal clear and so luminant and vibrant. I'm telling you, I had an experience that was more real than reality. It was the strangest and most gratifying lucid dreaming experience ever. And I'm sure you had those experiences. If you ever tried meditation, you had those experiences where you meditated maybe for an hour and you come out of it and you're just perceiving your room and you see so much more detail and you're all of a sudden you feel gratitude that wasn't there before. Gratitude simply just for being, you know, just for being alive. And that kind of vibrant feeling, I want to cultivate that. I want to turn that into my lifestyle. And I can highly recommend you trying to find the inspiration that will help you get there too, because that's what makes my life happy. I kept doing all these things because I felt the benefit. I was more relaxed. I felt I was able to pick up on subtle things more easily in real life. You know, once you pay more attention, once you're more mindful, you see the small little things where other people don't pay attention. They're too distracted and it's just such an information overload. Our biggest problem right now is really we have too much information. One of the biggest things that I did, because I'm not only trying to be mindful, I am also a workaholic and I'm also a very ambitious person when it comes to my professional and academic goals. So the first thing that I do when it gets too hectic agnostic. I just cut out all the news. I don't know what's going on in the world, and to be blunt, at this point, right now, I also don't care. You just gotta know what's important to you, and if that gives you the mental clarity and the lack of anxiety that a lot of people feel right now, because there's so many things going on, and it feels like you're losing control over the information. It feels like there's so much information, you cannot catch up with it, and you cannot even, I guess, use the information to make decisions, and that makes you really anxious because you feel you need to be in control all the time. And stepping into that observer, mindful position that you also have in a lucid dream, when the colors turn luminous and you're just observing the beauty of your own mind and creativity, that observing mind is the exact mind that I feel is so calming and so rewarding in real life. Instead of always reacting, we should be just observing and taking the time to take it in sometimes. There's a natural flow to things, and that natural flow cannot really unfold if you're always reacting. Someone agitates you, react back. They agitate you, you react back, Whereas if you're observing, maybe they give some information, a subtlety, and all of a sudden everything makes sense. You see maybe they're hurt, or maybe there's a family drama going on, and all of a sudden you can resolve the whole conflict without even having to do so much actively. But all of that, it just comes from that centered, calm, mindful place that I feel is a big part of lucid dreaming. It's also the part that makes your lucid dreams more beautiful, because as I said in one of the dream podcasts earlier, if you're trying to be too much in control, the dream becomes really, really boring and really flat. It loses its detail, its surprise effect, and you want to lucid dream because you also want to uncover things that you don't know about yourself, things that pop up. And if you're too controlling, it's like your subconscious mind puts a lock on your subconscious mind and says, no more information for you. And that's too bad. So, yeah, guys, I hope that was somehow helpful. Maybe you can identify with it. I would really love to hear if that kind of makes sense to you, and if you had similar thoughts in your life before like that. I feel very strongly about it, and I feel there's a lot of people waking up to this reality that we're all way too overworked, and we're way too overflooded with information, and we have to go back to cultivate that nature, that connectedness with nature. The life of our grandparents was hard, but in so many aspects also so much easier and simpler, and I feel they had less anxiety, less depression, and more time for relationships and happiness. And I feel that's also something with third world countries or countries that are not as affluent. They don't have a fancy lifestyle, but they also don't have to do so many things to afford that fancy lifestyle. So there's more space for nature, there's more space for relationships and contemplation, and I feel that's a big part of happiness and fulfillment. So let me know what you think about that theorem that I have. And don't forget to give the podcast a thumbs up and press that subscribe button. And I see you in the next podcast. Stay lucid, stay awesome, stay conscious. Bye-bye.